So we are talking about the anthology movie Tales of Halloween. Obviously many different directors and styles here. We've got directors such as Lucky McKee, we've got Neil Marshall, who is probably the one of my favourite directors actually. If you don't know him, he did Dog Soldiers, The Descent, he's done a couple of the big battle episodes from Game of Thrones. There's a number of stories here basically, all kind of have a Halloween theme. There's not really a kind of a wraparound story. We do have Adrienne Barbeau, who basically is a kind of a radio DJ who kind of tops and tails it really, but there's not really a story that kind of wraps around. So as with most anthologies, there are a kind of a few good ones and a couple of kind of weaker ones. This film, I would say, is not really a scary film. There's one story that I would say you'd probably consider genuinely maybe a little bit scary. The rest of them are just kind of more fun. But we'll talk about kind of the ones that I specifically like. The scary one I thought was quite good. And this basically involves this kind of ghost that is kind of walking behind you and you kind of can't look around and stuff like that. That I thought was kind of a short film that actually did have a little bit of kind of a fear factor in it. That one I quite enjoyed. There's a really kind of fun little film which involves nearly every kind of film genre. We've got basically a slasher, we've got a kind of possession film, even a kind of an alien is all mixed up in there. And it's really just a face-off between this kind of Jason Voorhees style slasher and his victim, who has some sort of surprising turn of events. That one was quite fun. And the other thing I think that will be most memorable is one with this kind of basically a living pumpkin. And it's kind of cheesy, but it's kind of, at the same time, it's fun as well. You've got a kind of a whole host of recognisable names that you're going to see here. A couple of directors actually kind of having appearances. I think it's John Landis, you've got Joe Dante's in there. A few other faces you'll kind of recognise as well. So you've got Pollyanna McIntosh, you've got Sam Witwer, plenty of faces you're going to recognise, I think. There are a couple of weaker stories. There's one that are involving a kind of these kids that are murdering these people in the house. That one I thought was a pretty weak story. There are a couple of characters that kind of intersect. I would say it's a pretty average, maybe slightly above average horror anthology. Like I said, it's not really a horrific one. There are some of these horror films that anthologies that can be a little scary. This one isn't, but it really has the same problem that a lot of anthologies have, and that is because you can't really do much characterization in these type of films. You're just kind of there, and you don't really kind of get much in the way of the kind of the characters. There's a couple of ones that may be a little bit more memorable, but we never really kind of see much of them. And the ones that are quite good, you kind of want it to go on for a little bit more, basically. But overall, I think it's quite a fun little package, even though I don't think it's particularly scary. And like I said, it's a mixed bag. It's more of a fun holiday Halloween film. So I'm going to give this movie a 6.5 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.